Hello, welcome, and thank you for joining the journey of exploring your identity. Today's topic is how can you change your identity now? The first thing that you can do is to document your successes, be it your goals or certain qualities that you wanted to achieve now that you are living those qualities in your day-to-day life. You should write them down because you can't take your mental capacity is just it's level. So if you write it down, your brain automatically deems it more important, and it's gonna be put on into the long-term storage as opposed to the short-term memory. Yeah, so definitely write them down, and you can also just go back and add some things that you have experienced now to fit to that criteria. First, you should start by documenting the goals that you've already achieved, because then you can go from there and just hype yourself up, and that is positive. That is very good for you setting new goals, because then you are like, oh, I've already achieved so much. And then you can also just do small goals that you've already achieved, okay? It doesn't have to be huge, just hype yourself up, okay? Just find something to hype yourself up. And then you're gonna be all like, oh man, I have before that I didn't expect to do that or to be good at this, and now I've done it. So now you are in the perspective of already having achieved the goal, and then you are more prone to believe that you're going to achieve your other goals that you set for yourself now. And so after that, you're gonna set new goals that you want to achieve, and just write them down. Also reflect on them, like why you want to achieve that, how you can work towards that, and yeah, just have like a little notebook for that. And what you also can do is document your qualities that you want to work on. Say that you want to be more productive, then you're gonna document the steps that you've taken to be more productive. And a thing that you should still always consider is that it's all in a dual system. So productivity is on that side, and being lazy, say, is on this side. And then it's just a form of shifting. So you already have those both qualities. It's not like you don't have to tell yourself it's impossible for me to be more productive, because we already are from natural set point that we can choose to be either this or that. So it's fluent, okay? So you can change the degree that you are at. Like if that's a line, then you can just choose where on that line you are gonna be. And if you want to be more productive, say you're here, then you can just shift and work towards that. And that's totally doable. What you still should consider is that sometimes it's good to be in the center. So not to overdo it entirely. You can be productive for a year, but there's also the danger of getting burned out. So you should also find like the right balance. Balance is always good. Keep that in mind. But you can definitely like work towards more the extreme of a certain quality. The fourth decision that you can make to change your identity now, and that is people around you. So you can just there are people that are already there where you want to be, or have certain qualities or character traits that you also want to have. But the thing is, you should never copy people entirely. You can choose a role model for yourself, but that's all it is. It's a role model. You don't have to become that person, okay? It's just a model for you to look at, and then decide what do you want to maybe do similar to that person, but not everything, okay? Just parts. Take parts of that person that you admire and work on them. If you want to also be that in that way, you don't have to, obviously, but if that's something you want to work on, then you can look at that person. Say it's a celebrity, then watch videos about them, interviews maybe, or daily routine vlogs, and then just decide for yourself how you can work on that to also display that certain quality. Hand in hand with that goes finding a mentor for yourself. That's even more beneficial, I think, because then it's not a more distant person, like virtual. A good way to actually adapt more quickly to a certain behavior that you want to display is to find a person that already does a certain thing and then just observe them. Just don't stare at them, like don't stalk them. Or say someone in your class or in your workplace, then you just like subtly observe them in certain situations, how they react, and you can start out like that. But a good thing that you can do as well is just go up to them and start to talk, and maybe even directly ask them, how are you always so optimistic? Say if you want to be more optimistic and you admire that person's optimism, and then you say, I realize that you're always optimistic, and I really like that about you. How are you always so optimistic? Can you tell me how you do that? Like, how are your tips on that? Like first-hand information, and that's always beneficial for you. So it's just like straight out, genuine tips. Don't be afraid of that, because we often overthink our questions or what we ask people or what we tell people. But actually, that I also realized that personally, when I get questions asked, even if they're unexpected, and especially then when they're unexpected, like from an objective point, then I just start to think internally, how do I answer to that question? What is my natural response to that question? And I really start to think, what is it actually that I would answer to that question to myself? And then I want to also give that person a genuine answer, because otherwise I would not be authentic, and I want to be authentic. That's actually a goal that I've set to myself, that I want to be more honest, genuine, and just authentic. Just be more honest. When I talk to people, that I want to show them more spontaneous side of me, a more honest side, like a more raw version maybe. Just not to overthink a question and then answer some beautifully designed answer, but just naturally the thing that comes first into my mind, just to answer that, if it fits the question, obviously. This way you can get into a conversation with that person and even get a mentor on your side, and that is always great. Then you can it doesn't have to be for a really long time, but you can, like, for a certain period of your time, you can just surround yourself with that person a bit more. Just don't use that person, also give back, but obviously you can just learn from that person for that specific goal that you have. A key element, that's the last one, I promise, is confidence, because a lot of our identity perception stems from confidence as well, or how we act. It all basically comes from confidence. If we show ourselves, then it's also because we are confident in ourselves. And so that's a huge part. If you want to change your identity and to become a better version of yourself, then you should work on your confidence, so you are able to show your identity, and to also to be grounded in that, and to be able to say no to certain things, like to say, okay, that's an interesting view on that, but my opinion is this, so you're not too agreeable, so you can really show your authentic side. That's what I'm trying to say. And what confidence comes from, at least that's how I view it, is the first and most important step is self-love. Definitely just love yourself. I mean, yes, it sounds easy, but sometimes it's really hard, especially if we compare ourselves to other people, and yes, you shouldn't do that too much, because we are all different. It's just a thing. That's why we have our identity, because we are different. What I've said before with role model and mentor, yes, we can do that, but still try to really find and define your own identity. You're different from everyone else. That's just a natural thing, okay? we are all different. So, and find a way to love yourself. How do I do it? Well, I just naturally love myself, Did I have Yes, I've definitely had my struggle with that, I think, in the past, especially when I was in the teenage years. See, that's just the thing. After a certain time passes, you're just a different person. So it's natural also for us to change our identity. I mean, if I look back, I'm completely like, okay, some things have stayed the same, but there's things that have changed immensely, and I feel different. Even for me, that happens like every month or so. I'm like, who was that person a month ago? Oh, I can't recognize her. If you can take one thing from this video, is that you should definitely learn to love yourself, and also remind yourself that you love yourself. Like, just when you wake up in the morning, you can tell yourself, it's corny, yes, but nobody has to hear it. You can also just think it. Just think through yourself. Hello, beautiful. What a lovely day you may have today. And something like that. Like, oh, I already know you're gonna be so productive and so whatever you want to be. Like, you're gonna be so, I don't know, gorgeous. You're gonna be so gorgeous today. This way you're just gonna prime yourself also to love yourself more. Just remind yourself as well. Because you are valuable. You are. And I am also. And everyone is valuable. Everyone has the same value, the same intrinsic value, okay? So if people are like mean to other people, that's actually their kind of problem. Obviously you feel the effect on impact, but if you have a good amount of confidence, then it's not gonna hit you inside, okay? It's just gonna reflect on you. Just tell yourself right now, I love myself. I'm so great. I'm doing good. Just say that, okay? It's corny, yes, but it gets it. Like, I sometimes even go in front of a mirror and just hype myself up. It's funny. It's funny, really. Somebody wants to record me then, or see me, they would think I'm crazy. but just do that. Like, really, it puts you, even if you laugh about that, that really puts you in a positive mood. It's gonna be easier for you to think about yourself positively. That's it. Okay, have an amazing day, and bye.